Hello everyone, today we're playing Ys Origin. This game had been released, I believe, last week on Steam. I had wanted to make a video of it before, but hadn't had the opportunity to until now. Like I said the last time we looked at an Ys game, it was Oath and Felghana. I said that I really did like the Ys series, so I was looking forward to this game's release. Like Oath and Felghana, I had not had the opportunity to play it before. This is not really a new game because it had been out in Japan for some time, but it's only getting an English release now. And I'm glad that XSeed was able to get this game along with Felghana out on Steam. Now this game, from people who have played both, a lot of people have said that this is the better of the two. So since I like Felghana, I'm very much looking forward to this one and seeing if that's true. I have a save game here at the beginning of the game, but it's past the opening cutscenes. Like with Felghana, I think we'll do that, since the opening cutscenes are kind of lengthy. So we'll just get straight to the gameplay. Though there is significant story to this game, it seems. Right. So, if you've played Ys 1, you probably recognize this music. And this music is playing because apparently this entire game takes place in the final dungeon from Ys 1, Darm Tower. This game takes place centuries before the first Ys, when Darm Tower was first built. And it's full of demons that we have to kill, because of course it is. So the character we're playing now, Unica Tova, is the default character. There are two characters that we can choose right off the bat. The other one is a wizard named Hugo Fact, having the last name Fact in this game. Kind of ominous. Tova is also a reference to Ys 1. I believe, if I remember right, that was the name of one of the books. So basically the plotline of this game is that the land had been happy and prosperous until demons started appearing. Hold on, seems like I got something here. Now, let's see what that does. Okay, raises maximum HP. If it raises our max, I guess you should probably use it right away, huh? There we go. So the plotline, demons invaded the land. The land of Ys was raised up into the sky to escape the demons. And the demons started building Darm Tower to reach the land and the sky. Ys was governed by two goddesses, which, if you've played the first two games, then you're aware of that. However, at the beginning of this game, they vanish. And everyone in the land starts looking for them. However, it was found that the goddesses were seen entering Darm Tower for reasons unknown. So we're here to find them, find out what happened, and get them back. I'm sure the entirety of the soundtrack is not the Darm Tower theme. Tower of the Shadow of Death, I think it's called. But I do like that they started out with that. And like in Oath and Felghana, we do have magic skills. This one is a wind technique called Whirlwind. Yeah, Unica can't use magic. So sort of a thing that's mentioned in the intro, and that's our attack. And like with Oath and Felghana, we level up, we get experience points and level up as we kill monsters. And this is just the beginning of the tower. That room that we started in with those two other people, that was the, I guess, the main hall, the lobby of the tower. And we go back there to regroup every so often, from what they said. So this is the first floor of I don't know how many. I can't recall how many floors the tower has. I'm going to assume that the tower has more to it than the first game, since the entire game is supposed to take place here. Alright, so that jump is too far to make. However, we did get that whirlwind magic, which can help us here. Yeah, there we go. Whirlwind can also be... Let's see... Whirlwind can also be used very well in attacks, such as this, when you have a bunch of enemies around, so it hits all around you. It looks like a locked door up here. Yeah. So yeah, the same fun type of gameplay that was in Felghana. And I have no problem at all with that. Hit monsters, numbers pop out of them. Items pop out when you kill them, just like the other game. So these are very similar so far. I'm guessing that's a reference to the trap in Ys 1 that teleports you to the dungeon. Right, so we have these monster statues, but we can use our power to purify them and turn them to goddess statues. We can use them to save. We can also use them to accept divine blessings, in which we can buy these blessings to increase our stats. Got to kill monsters to get the SPs to afford those, though. Alright, so something we have to find and put in that altar. Alright, but even though that trap teleported us, we are in an area that we haven't been in before, so it's a new place to explore. So I do hope that the music in this game does live up to the Ys name, because this is really the only music I've heard so far, and it is a remix of a track from the first game. Felghana has one of my favorite soundtracks, so I'm looking forward to hearing what this game has to offer. It does look like we have a new enemy here. We were just fighting these knights before, but now that we got these floaty mage guys, Wizrobes or whatever, they don't seem to be such a big deal, though. And like Felghana, the specs for this game are very low, of course. It's not like this game is really pushing any system you might have. Pretty much anything you have should be able to run this. Alright, we got a couple ways we can go here, it seems, so let's take a look what's down here. I suppose we don't have to take the time to kill everyone in all these rooms, but we do get the experience for doing it. And I think that the progression of the game is going to assume that you are killing everyone. And if we think about how Felghana went, the enemies in the beginning of the game were really quite easy, but the challenge did increase by quite a bit once we got to the first boss, Dularn. Let's see what that might do. Oh, trampoline. Magic trampoline. Magic trampoline does seem like a a more fun way to get around than stairs, I will say. Alright, we got a jewel. The emerald enhanced our wind skill. Now, we can charge up for a bigger and more powerful whirlwind. I think that was all on this side, so let's head over to the other one. Alright, I forgot about that. We have this little burst meter here, which when it fills up, which we'll get after a lot of fighting, killing enemies, we can activate that and we'll do a bit more damage than we were doing before. Kind of forgot about that and using all this whirlwind magic, since that does seem to be the more effective thing. But no reason we can't use both. I'm playing this right now with a 360 gamepad, and that's all I've been using so far. Oh, we're outdoors, and does not look good out there. Alright, so this, again, reminiscent of Ys 1, except in the first game we got a reverse view where we saw the wall of the tower as we walked around outside of it. This time we get a view of the vista outside. What? That looks like a mascot character. He does look a lot cuter than what we've been fighting. He appears to speak in full sentences with punctuation, even though we can't understand it. Gemma, another reference from the first game. It looks like Tova is onto something. No, we don't have any food items. No. Well, we can see what we do have. We got these at the beginning, before the gameplay really started. So that shape looks a little bit familiar. I believe we saw that indentation before. But no, we didn't get anything resembling food. We'll just have to remember about that. So like I was saying, I'm using the 360 gamepad, and the game controls very well with it. I haven't tried a keyboard, just because this is sort of the type of game I'd prefer to play with a gamepad. Well, didn't mean to do that. And it controls very well with the gamepad. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't control well with the keyboard. Let's just run past these guys as we go back. Alright, so yeah, I said when we first got here we had a couple ways we could go. Oh, can't get up there. And let's see, I believe that, yeah, we also had this stairwell up here. So let's take a look and see where this will lead us. Not really a big fan of having to fight the flying enemies, though. Fighting and jumping at the same time doesn't work all that well in this engine. I mean, you can do it, but tend to miss a lot, I find. Alright, anyway, that switch raised that platform, so I guess we can assume that we can just take this high road here to get to that. Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. That looks like food. I guess we should have come here before we talked to that animal. And Roos love it. What a coincidence. Let's go bring it to the Roo. I wonder how many times this track has been remixed. Because the music for the Ys games, especially the early ones, have gotten remixed so many times. Those games have been re-released so many times. I wonder how many versions of Tower of the Shadow of Death there are. Yeah, give it the fruit. That's why we came back. Great. We gave it a fruit, and it materialized a piece of rare metal that it combined with our axe. You'd think that if it was capable of doing that, it wouldn't have had too much trouble finding a piece of fruit. Good to be of service. So our axe should be more powerful now. Alright, so now... Oh, right, that's right. We got that crest. So now we probably want to go back to that room we were teleported into. And see what happens when we plant that crest down in there. I probably shouldn't run past every enemy I come across, otherwise I'm not going to get enough experience. And yeah, I am killing these enemies a lot faster now. Don't know if that's due to the upgraded axe, or increased levels, or a bit of both. Alright, I think it was up here. You know, when I kill these enemies and all these items just drop out of them, I really don't know what they do. It's just a lot of small items. Probably do something. I'm guessing. I think it's a safe assumption. Alright, this is where we were before. Okay, yep, that's correct. Alright, we got a new way to go. Music stopping. Muscular man and spirited girl, what do you think you're doing here? Muscular man and spirited girl, they're dressed a lot differently than Unica and the rest of the Ys people. Muscular man and spirited girl they look like that they can take care of themselves anyway. They have pretty large weapons. Hey, language. That's uncalled for. I mean, Unica's just introducing herself. She's just trying to be nice. Trying to warn you it's a dangerous place. Unica actually is a little bit simple at this point. She's naive. She has not, been out and about too much. Yeah, that's a pretty nice animated sprite. This music suddenly got very Breath of Fire 3-ish. Alright, we got our first boss. Vigulian? I guess that's how you pronounce that? Muscular man and spirited girl decided that Unica wasn't worth their time. So they're sicking this demon on us. Okay. And we can see basically how he works. Turns into bats and then combines into the main thing. We can't... Let's see. Yeah. We can try to push them around when they're bats, but we can't hurt them. Have to wait for them to combine. And wind magic while slashing seems to work very well on Vigulian. Oh. No. Get away, bats. Yeah, I think that the bats sometimes will try to fake you out and not form when you think that they are gonna go back together. Just wait to make sure that they do. Okay. We just need to make sure that we can avoid his slash, which I failed to do there. Uh-oh, two of them. Okay, that's no good, because he can probably kill me with just one more hit. So let's watch out. Probably want to back off a bit early, so we can make sure we don't get hit. Whirlwind seems to be the best bet so far. Alright, we can use that burst. Keep forgetting about that. So pretty simple pattern so far. Judging by the health meters, it looks like that this battle should be just about over. But I'm still backing off a little bit early just to make sure that he doesn't get another hit in. I think that he's slowing me down somehow as he's inhaling to do his attack. I don't seem to be able to run as fast. And that's it. That boss was a lot easier than Dularn. From what I can tell so far, it didn't look like any humans were working with demons until this point. So this seems like a pretty unusual thing. That's a good question. Why would humans want to work with demons? Oh, hold on. The Mask of Eyes, and that's another reference to the first game. Let's take a look. Okay, Bronze Key. Where was that? Okay, there it is, under Equipment. Okay, Mask of Eyes. It lets you see hidden passages, but at the expense of color. Also at the expense of being able to see anything else, because you can't actually see other people or monsters when you have that equipped. So we're going to take that off. Okay. In the first game, the mask was needed to see a secret passage that was essential to being able to get to the end of the game. This game, we're getting the mask much earlier. Oh, that's already open. We've been here. This is pretty much right at the beginning, I think. Hold on. Let's see if the opening area is around. Oh yeah, it's right here. This is where we started. Probably should tell these people about Muscular Man and Spirited Girl. What? No. Apparently we can't talk to them about that. Huh. You'd think that would be something important that we should tell them about. That there are a couple of humans who are searching for, who are working with demons and tried to kill us. And why are they doing that? They also said, they also said that they were looking for a sorcerer, but didn't really say anything else about it. Now we did get a key. And somewhere around here, we did see a locked door, so let's see if we can find that again. I don't think it was too far in. Yeah, it was up here. Yep, right here. Okay, so we got our hard-won bronze key. It lets us advance. I wonder why Muscular Man and Spirited Girl would have entrusted that demon with a key. They probably would just wanted to have used it themselves. Well, whatever. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Because, of course, the enemies come back once we leave the room. Bats are a little harder to fight since they're flying so much. Alright. There's a logo on that wall. That's not on any of the other wall panels here. And, yeah, no other doors in this room. So considering the item we just found, it stands to reason that the game wants us to try it out. Yeah, there it is. No, we didn't get to take the mask off. I like that they acknowledge that we can't see him. Though I think it would be better if her portrait there had the mask on. Bespectacled youth. Hiding behind... Oh, Rico Gemma. So again, Gemma reference to the original game. Actually, yeah, I do think it was in the first game we did need to use the Mask of Eyes to find a member of the family of Gemma. I think that's how that went. And so Rico here was, looks like he was injured by Muscular Man and Spirited Girl. It's not really that we got away. Right, they summoned a big demon and then we killed it. There's no getting away involved. Oh, she's just coming to this realization. This might be problem. Big problem. Right, the two goddesses. The Rhoda tree being a big talking tree that told us that the goddesses vanished into the tower. Another reference to the first game. The Rhoda tree was in that as well. Yep, this again, very similar to Ys 1. Alright, so, got the talisman from Rico, the blue necklace. Actually, when you said there, weaken the pull of wicked magic. And we did find a trap before that did pull us. It was the one that teleported us to that other area. So we're probably going to want to go back there. And he did say to make sure we put it on, so let's do that before we forget. Let's see, where was that? Oh, only one way we can go, so I'm going to assume it's up here. Yep, here it is. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah. We can actually resist the pull of it now. Let's kill these things in the corners. I think it still can teleport us if we get pulled into the center, so let's avoid that. Whoop. Yeah. Actually having a little bit of difficulty here. Okay. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's see what that trap was blocking us from getting to. Roy? No, wait, that's not Marth, though. Roy, very stern. So apparently there are other people here from Ys who are looking for the goddesses, but we haven't really seen any, you know? We saw Rico. And these two, but this is just the first floor, and, you know, all those doors were locked, and these bosses were, you know, one boss at least was here, and the treasure chests weren't opened yet, so, I mean, what have these guys been doing? However, Ys has never been a game about working in a party, so I doubt we're going to do that. It is kind of odd to have an Ys game where the protagonist is talking so much. Not that it's a bad thing. Working in a team or going alone? Oh, we won't. Yeah, just a little bit more. In fact, let's just completely ignore them altogether. Hey, we were the ones who broke that that magic trap and made it possible to get this far. I didn't see anyone else doing that. The rest of this so-called search party. Okay, we have some new enemies, some armored knights. We've got shields. So we have to sort of work our way around them. And they take a lot more damage than the enemies we have been seeing. Whirlwind seemed to work pretty well there. Got some jellies. We haven't seen those yet. Let's see. Oh. Think that we have to jump on that, so it's a little bit of a tricky jump. Have to kind of get around that corner. No, that didn't work. Maybe we could use... No, Whirlwind causes us to go in a straight ahead direction. I don't know if that'll let us get around that corner. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh, dear. It's no good at all. So, this looks like it might take a few tries. Oh. Was able to do that without Whirlwind. There's platforms going down there, but there was a treasure chest that we saw for a second if we continued going to the right. We just can't leave that alone, can we? Oh. Well, maybe this video's been going on for a little while, so maybe it's just best to stop here. Ease Origin, I should say. Just one. It doesn't have multiple origins, actually. Despite that being a common subtitle for games. Just one origin. And this is it. So, it's pretty much simple to see what the game's all about. Action-adventure, sort of top-down perspective. All about hack and slash, jumping, very simple controls, very responsive controls. There is story, but the cutscenes don't really only take place in the form of those short cutscenes involving just, still portraits talking at each other. So in terms of story, nothing really more than that, it seems. But it's a very fun game. I like it a lot. And if you've played East before, then you probably know all about it. But if you haven't, or if the only game you've played is Oath and Felghana, then you can see that this game is very similar in terms of gameplay, in terms of style and tone. And I think these games are well worth playing. Also, again, a very seemingly unlikely prospect for something to be released on Steam. It's not really a game you might expect to show up on that service. I just hope that means that Falcom's future games can also get Steam releases as well. instead of just being these sort of mythical things that only get released in Japan for PC, and you can't play them until the fans have created their own translation and patch to let you play it on non-Japanese systems. Oh, we went up a staircase, so I guess that we've progressed to the next floor. I mean, I would certainly like it if Falcom could get more of a foothold in the Western market. Ys games used to be released, you know, on Western consoles. And the type of game that they are making does fulfill a certain style that you don't see a whole lot anymore. Again, not really a fan of fighting enemies in the air. I don't think I can't really seem to do too well in that case. I did say I was going to end the video, didn't I? I'm still going. Oh. Yeah, I guess this is probably a good place to end it. So like I said, Ys Origin, I think it's well worth playing, well worth the money, and you know, seeing what type of game this is, you probably already know if this looks like something that would appeal to you, but I certainly recommend it. Out on Steam for PC, and I assume pretty much any PC you might have is probably able to run this. So, yeah, actually there's no demo available, so this demo friend's a little bit different in that this is the full game. I bought it and they didn't actually release a demo, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, I'd strongly suggest trying it out. Ys Origin.